Sometime in the 80s, a man shot himself up the ass. Not accidentally, but deliberately. Why did he do this? What happened to him? And most importantly, where did the bullet end up? Let's find out. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Ajay. I'm a doctor from Bangalore, India. And in this channel, I talk about health, lifestyle, and a bit of medical entertainment. So if you like stuff like that, consider checking out the other videos and consider subscribing. Let's get started. I heard about this case in a forensic class back in med school around 4 years ago. It was a time when everyone was into Sherlock and forensic classes had more attendance than other classes. This particular lecture was on gunshot wounds, and because my medical school and the attached hospitals were the biggest public sector institutions in the state, all of the interesting and important forensic cases were handled by my professors. So the stories in the forensic classes were almost always interesting. Now, before I come back to the case, I want to tell you that suicide is never a good option. Life is too beautiful to end it sooner. So if you have any mental health issues, please speak to someone qualified. Now, coming back to the forensic class, one case that I clearly remember about is a man who shot himself up his butthole and the bullet ended all the way up in, well, you know by the end of this video. I won't reveal much of his identity, but this happened in the 80s. This man had apparently suffered huge losses in his business, so he wanted to end his life. He took his licensed revolver, put it up his ass, and he pulled the trigger. This was a peculiar case because anyone who would want to kill themselves with a gun would just blow their brains out. That makes sense. This just doesn't make any sense. During autopsy, they had a lot of trouble finding this bullet. They knew the bullet went in through there, but they didn't know where the bullet went out from, whether in the abdomen or through the chest. There was no exit wound. You know, the wound through which the bullet exits the body. But when they finally got to the skull and the brain, the bullet was there. Now imagine the path this bullet would have taken. Let me show you. Okay, so the bullet has to enter through the rectum here, smash into the coccyx or the tailbone, enter the sacrum and enter the vertebral canal here. That is the path where the spinal cord and its small nerves and big nerves, everything travel through. It has to go through that canal, go up here, get next to the spinal cord's end branches and go up all the way, smash the spinal cord as it goes up because there's no space for the bullet and the spinal cord there. There's only space for the spinal cord, so it has to smash through the spinal cord as it goes up, all the way here, through that canal, inside that canal, and here there's a foramen magna that is opening into the skull. So the bullet went in through that, went into the skull and smashed into the brain. Now we have to note that this path it took, it's not a straight path. That's what makes it more interesting. It's not a straight path, it's pretty curved. Let me show you. So by the time it got to the skull and the brain, it had slowed down, so it couldn't, go through the skull and come out. So it stayed in the brain, and yeah, this person died. This was all about the case. If you have any mental issues, please speak to a doctor or a therapist. You can get out of it. Please go speak to someone. And if you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe if you like videos like these, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.